Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Dead End here in City Skylines, where last episode, guys, we built our very own prison. It is, wow, it's quite emotional because it just kind of is out there in the middle of nowhere. People who get arrested, criminals get shipped over there right now. It's a fully interactive prison too, so you get to see them doing stuff. And it's quite an isolated and lonely life, but if you can't do the time, then don't do the crime, as they say. But guys, we are back with another episode. If you're enjoying this series so far, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when the next episode does come out. Now today, right, and we've had a couple of episodes where we focus on infrastructure, but this is really important infrastructure that we're going to be focusing on today. We're going to create another connection to the highway and begin the planning of our Las Vegas style casino town. Yes, guys, yes we are, which is also going to lead us to fully connect up to the road up to the dam, having a little bypass and highway as well. So it's really important stuff that we need to get done today to be able to focus on creating and doing other projects in the long run. So as always, guys, again, smash a like button if you are enjoying the series. New around here, subscribe, notified, next episode, wha-bam, we are back. So this is the prison that we built last episode. It's pretty beautiful. You got a few peeps now just chilling like strawberry villains as they're locked up away. Cars are coming in and out, which is really good to see. Somebody gave me a suggestion about it and pretty much said, yo, Seniac, why don't you put a toll booth on the entry of this? And makes so much sense. Makes so much sense. So we'll let these cars quickly pass by. And I think that was a really good thing. I can't believe I never thought about that. And it's kind of annoying that I didn't think about that. Now, what I want to try and do, there's two ways I can look at doing this right now. If I just kind of delete that road. And then spin that round. If I drop the toll booth here, is it possible, now bear with me on this, to use the untouch it mod there and then upgrade the road to the prison road? You see where I'm going with this? I also forget which is the prison style road. Where is it? It is here. Let me see if this will work. Right, now, between you and me, right, between you and me, you see nothing, okay? You see nothing. Which then, I'm going to delete it to there. Now I kind of semi-know it works. I'm going to anarchy it in here to where the two fingers majigs are. Then have normal road stop. This is amazing. Right. I can't believe I never thought about this myself. Appreciate whoever told me about this, but I'm now claiming this idea as my own, okay? So, hey guys, look, I'm just joking. Right, let me upgrade this road to being like that, and then this to the prison road. And then we get to kind of keep within the theme. Have the big guard towers looking over, but I'm kind of missing the little palm trees, so I'm going to squeeze these back in right now because they feel needed. So I can't actually get in here because that's actually the section where the toll booth currently is. So if I actually just kind of bring it down on the outside. Because I like the idea of the little palm trees in. There we go. It's their last little bit of freedom that they get to see before they are then stuck in the walls of the prison. That's pretty cool. I like it. I'm hoping it kind of functions correctly. Like, the vehicles can drive through it. Does it get treated as a proper toll booth? Do they slow down? I'm not 100% sure if they do or not, but there we go. It's for the funsies, okay, guys? It's for the funsies. That's pretty cool. I'm really impressed with that. Right, I'm being sidetracked right now. What are we doing today, Seniac? Well, this is what we're going to be doing. I want to build my very own Las Vegas-themed kind of city here, which means I need to kind of create, with this huge dip right now, some form of a connection to bring a highway in, which we're going to build the city around the highway, like the main boulevard road in many ways. And then it's going to come up to here, which will eventually connect up to the bypass and highway road, where I keep saying there's going to be a roundabout here. Well, I'm actually going to get it done today, which is going to be really important. Which then this road will connect into there, everything will intertwine. So then traffic coming in could technically bypass all of this, tumbleweed and all that, to get over to here if they're going straight over. Thus, hopefully minimizing the traffic on these roads. There's not a lot anyway, but we can take some away from it, which will be a really big help. So, we first need to figure this out then. Now, there's a couple of styles in which I want to do it. First, I'm going to take a look at the terrain heights. So you can kind of see it where it's kind of flat here, but not so much here. So what we'll do is can I view the terrain levels while leveling the area? Okay, maybe not at the same time like that. Can I move these over? There we go. I'm breaking the game all the places. So we'll smoothing it all off. We'll pause it because you can work in it a bit quicker. Right. So I kind of want to have a decent enough surface area. Now, thinking about it here, if I kind of leveled that, it's 288, and here it's 245. So it does drop considerably. That is 270. So that is quite high over here. So if I pick this point, say, actually let me just pick here randomly, 288. Okay. Now if I leveled a section just here, I know it's that height. Do I want to kind of create this to be the same level to make the kind of over underpass or whatever I do to connect this area up a little bit easier? Or is this all part of the feature? What's it like without viewing it? I mean, it does drop down a bit, doesn't it? But that could be all part of the kind of the feel for this area though, couldn't it? So I think I'll just kind of keep it like that. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. We'll just smoothing this area out here and just there. There we go. So, my idea is, right, I'm going to have a road tearing through. And I know I've been using a lot of sunken roads lately, but I feel like it will be a really, really cool feature to this because I can have all the roads cutting across. So, it's like a gridded city on above ground and then a sunken highway down below, which will really create a unique feel and effect. But it's completely different to what we've done in the past. I know we've kind of done sunken roads here, there, and everywhere, but it's really, really been mainly like to connect places up, and we've done sunken train lines, like in places, like over here. But yeah, this could really work out pretty well. Oh, I should really smoothen this off as well. There we go. There we go. So then eventually towards the end, it'll come above ground. It'll probably stick a roundabout to end off the highways. It then connects up into that direction. So my thought process is, am I doing 2 highway roads or a long boulevard style road? Now, if I did a highway, it makes it a little bit easier to kind of create on and off ramps. But then the case of then do I do a, like for example, one road that's 2 lanes either side, or do I do 2 separate lines altogether? This could be quite a busy road. So I think I'm going to do 2 separate lanes for the highway. Yeah, that's the way I'm going to go down. Okay, so if I pick a point then, I suppose it doesn't really matter. Do you know what? It doesn't matter because I can connect it up however I want it to. So if I then just kind of get into some degree, make sure that, okay, that's the side there, into some degree a straight enough line tearing through this area that's kind of central. And then wherever I place this right now, this is going to define the whole grid aspect of your boy's road network. So if I do it to there, right, this is that road I just placed down right now defines the whole aspect of my building. And then bring this all the way down to here. There we go. So that is my highway. We're going to probably have to dwindle it down to kind of connecting this flat bit, but that's not a problem. What I'll do next then is kind of sort out the layout of the road of the city above it, and then we'll kind of sink it down. So let's pick like a little middle section. And do I stay 10 away? I mean, it gives us quite a little bit of space, doesn't it? If I go by 10, 4, and then cut across like that. So that is 5 that way. 5. So what's that to here? Okay, right. That should be a 10, right? Yeah. So coming away 5 from this side. 1 more. 10. Right, we've got it. So if I bring this down, like say to both ends. So I can sink the highway below it. And then we'll just have like roads connecting across it. So it feels like you won't even notice the road underneath. That's kind of what we want to try and make it feel like. But again, I'm going to need ways in which we can bring or connect off the highway to connect up to these little areas. So I've also got to think about that as well. Which then thinking about it from that aspect, that might be a bit too close. We'll find out. We'll find out right now. So, have I just spanned round 360? That was really weird. And also looking at it, are we a bit too close to that side compared to this side? Right, okay. We'll slightly move over then, so not picking any trees up. Should I slightly rotate a bit? Move it to about there. That's better. That's better. Right, am I able to select just the highway? Oh, don't do that, boy. Don't do that. I'm trying to find the perfect... There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do with this then is we're then going to drop it down. We're going to bring it slightly, well, below all of this. So it kind of, we're creating like a very own natural sound barrier. So if I bring it down to about there. Damn, this is going to be juicy. Because then I can create, like I said, I can do stuff like bridges going over and you won't even notice. So if I like anarchy that over like that, and we'll just build the city above the ground. See, it works out wonders. My only problem is then getting road to connect to it. But let's kind of play around with some ideas then. So that tears through. It completely bypasses this whole area. But every so often we want some form of a connection. Right, so slip roads then. Now we can technically build these in the middle. That's not a problem. So if I did like that to there, I'm trying to work it all out in my head. And then what would we do? Create like a big roundabout above it. I mean, it could work. If I bring that to there, then if I do another 10 and another 10 here, and then we pick that point, and we say to them right now that we want them to be the object height of U. So that's kind of how it then slopes down. And then we'll kind of slope it in just a minute. I just got to figure out the best way. Because once I got like an idea and a design in my head, then I know it's going to work. I then know it's going to work. So, to be honest with you, I can just keep it really simple in terms of I don't need a roundabout. I could just do like a heavy road like this. So if I had a heavy road that passed over, but then the connection's right there, which wouldn't make much sense for us. Because you've got this road running parallel with it as well. Okay. So the question would be then, do I have these roads running parallel with all of this? Or do I bring it under as a tunnel to make it pop out somewhere else? Could be a thing. This is going to take your boy a bunch of computing. Right, I think I've got a nice little design right now that kind of gives us the best of both worlds. I've only done it to the one side right now, so it's not 100% perfect, but this is the kind of design aspect I want to go for. I've also kind of got the roads the wrong way around, but let me just kind of switch these up again. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. I'm going to turn these around. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. So, rather than having connected it up, because I can still utilize the road and keep it quite close, because I kind of want that feel like everything's over the top of the highway, I then kind of make it kind of, it's all sunken down. I could have done it as a tunnel, but I kind of keep it sunken down, because we can build around it, make it nice, and it pops back up to kind of this connection. I've got to do a lot of work to make these not jam up, and I want to add another one of these little systems a little bit further up as well, so we got 2 to utilize, and then we'll have multiple roads crossing, so not everyone's linking to this main road. But that's how I want it to kind of work, and we still got a lot of work to do to kind of get it all up and running. But if I select you, you, and you, and just quickly slope these, there we go, make it look a little bit better. Pretty much mimic it on the other side right there. So I'm pushing the traffic further in slightly to the city around. Now, like I said, it won't be the only connection that we have set up, but I feel like it would be pretty cool to kind of utilize this kind of type of a system. So first things first then, yeah, that's all facing the right way. So if I just, for now, do what I've got to do and then kind of set it all up. So I'm basically doing a 6x6 on a bend here, is what I've done on the other one. Then a straight 12 line going in. If I do the same just here, then a 6x6, and then a straight 12 going in. And then what we do then is we use the move it tool to kind of align it a little bit nicer into it. And then do it over here too, so line it a little bit nicer into it like that. So it just looks a little bit better. Looks a little bit better. We'll then flip this road around real quick. And then we elevate this road, cutting across by 10. Then back to normal by 10 again. And then pretty much do the same thing on this side. So only elevated by 10. And then to normal by 10 as well. So that all passes over and under. So that is our kind of interchange. It doesn't look amazing. And it probably will have a few little issues down the road. But that's where I want to tweak it. Like I can do stuff like when they're entering an exit on this road, I can bulk this into a 2-laner so they can utilize both left and right directions. Worst case scenario, we drop a roundabout on them. Again, it's all things that are going to be pretty easy to implement. It's just you don't know what's going to happen until you've got traffic starting to use this whole section. So I go up to here. Then slope that all off and then do the same on this side. There we go. Slope that all off as well. Beautiful. I'm actually quite happy with it. We'll just see how it goes as time goes on. So that's all set up there then. I want to implement something very similar a little bit further up right now. So if I delete back by a bit to about there, because obviously the first connection then would happen here and then the second connection over there. Now I don't know whether it's easier to kind of clone it all or just simply redo it all. You know what I mean? So if I cloned it, it all stays within line. So that would go to there. So if I placed it directly on top of it all or not. See, there's a part of me that just wants to kind of redo it manually, just because then I still get all the correct spacing and stuff like that. I feel like that's what I should be doing. He's really going to do this, isn't he? He's really going to do this. So I know that... Okay, so before I clone it then. That's the end point there. And that's a full... It's only a 58. So from there to there is 46. So if I do 14... That should be a full 60 going across. Okay? Then, with the clone, if I drop that directly on top, it feels like one's longer than the other. It just could just be me. Now, how does that look? I mean, it fits in wonderful. It's going to do the job I want it to do. Don't get me wrong. Right, I just got to then delete you and delete you. And then pray to God that I kind of almost borderline... Oh, that's a 10. That's a 9, but I'll take it. I'll take it. And I understand. Oh, this could actually work. This could actually work, boys. So there's still a lot of stuff I need to get set up anyway. Like, you know, we haven't done the lane math. Cutting through this as to a single lane, passing all the way through. I don't know whether I'm going... Yeah, actually, I'm gonna. Unless I bulk that up as a 3-laner. But then I'm going to all the way down into there, which is not really going to make much sense. Unless I just do this. It's a tough one. But yeah, that cuts now all across wonderfully. That is the main section. So we'll bulk up another big road going through as well. So I know as of right now, from this point down to here is a 60. So that there should be, that's 29. 30. 30. So that then... is the center to that section. So straight across there. Is this the same type of road? It's not even the same type of road. What road have I used? Ah, it's this one I've used. And then bring that down to there. I've elevated that bit, haven't I? There we go. So we got the 3 main overpasses right now. There will be more. There'll probably one be down here as well, and maybe one a little bit further up. But we're also going to have then normal road passing overs as well. Like, you know, I'll probably, because it connects just here, I could have them, you know, elevated through this little section, because it doesn't really connect to anything. So if I did it on this side as well. Oh, that's completely off-centered. How did that happen? Where's the length of that? That is a 10. That is a 10. I think it's all down to this, isn't it? Hold on. So that is a 22. That is a 23. Which, again, throws them all slightly off. So I know that that is a 23. That is a 23. So it's 23s we're looking at. 23. 23. And then we elevate it over by 10 on both sides, which will give us that bridge going across. And then normal standard 10. There we go. So little overpasses there. There could be more in the future. I don't know. I don't know. It's really weird how we've now got that little crossing there. But yeah, like I said, there could be more in the future that kind of pass through, but that obviously will go up this way, up leading down to there. I do it on both sides. So you really get a feel that like the city is built on top of the highway. So just here up to there. So we're not all relying on just these roads and these roads that are on the connection. That makes sense. So is it before or after? It's... So that one is done on the inside. That one... Oh, it's done here. There we go. I got confused then for a second. It kind of slightly threw me off. Right, down that way. Down to there. So that's the vibe we're going to have where everything just cuts through underneath. Nice. Okay. And then this then is going to then lead up to here. I'll probably have like a roundabout connection there to connect that into it. And then a roundabout connection just here. So that's exactly what I want it to do. And that's exactly what I want it to do. It's going to look good. Real good. And hopefully it's going to be pretty functional as well. Or so he says. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, boys. Fingers crossed. But yeah, that should be pretty sweet. Right, okay, so I'm in pause mode, yeah. I can go back into play mode. I don't know why I didn't pause, to be honest with you. There's nothing really I'm doing over here. Okay. Okay. So that's all sloped, wonderful. Right, sweet. So let's work from up here then, because I want to build a roundabout in, which actually, do you know what? It does now mean I'm going to have to delete this. So coming off straight there, coming off straight at that point, and delete all of this. Now we kind of have to make them meet somewhat in the middle. Now we've utilized this road, which is what we're pretty much going to do here. So I want this to run, let's say, from here. Now I'm trying to make this come in normal to about there. And then we'll drop the roundabout on this. So using the roundabout mod then, we'll go for our 3-lane highway. Our default is 60. Bam. And then we'll make this come down and connect to there. Do you know what? Actually, no. Bring it into about there. Because you don't realise how the 60 works. Or do I go for an 80? We'll go for an 80 instead. You deleted that little bit then. Right, okay. Okay. So, if I mean, how could I utilize a bend here? If I brought this up a little bit further, let's just say to there for now. How would something like this work? Where would it connect? A 2. It wouldn't connect is the answer, would it? Is that a little bit close, you reckon? Okay, well, if I go from here. 5. It really doesn't want to do what I want it to do. Okay, right, we'll go to... Oh, snap. Right, if I go straight into there. Let's try that again. Right, come out by 5. Then I'm doing an 8 by 8 bend. The whole reason for that is so I can maybe then go on to create a 2 by 2 turn. If that's going to... I don't even know if that's going to work, to be honest with you. So it could all be done for nothing. Right, and does bending it slightly in make a much difference? I suppose it could make all the difference. So I shouldn't be too judgmental against it. And then we'll do the same run here right now. I have to bring that a bit closer. Well, that runs into the buildings a bit, doesn't it? Right, okay, so we'll take it from... Where's the snap? Up there. And then delete back by 10. We should then be able to do a 10 by 9 again. We'll take it. And because of the angle of this, we are going to be running straight from there. But then that will go this way. So I'm hoping that gives me a little bit more play with bending that road. Because that will just kind of swing off. This has really got to turn, which that works. That actually does work. So now how far are we off this? So if I come up by, let's do another 4. And then just go bam that way. And then that's to there. So again, we're giving this more of a little bend. Which should hopefully work. It should hopefully work. So if I set up then the whole roundabout itself. There we go. I designate these to be able to fly through on these little junctions. Because sometimes they do stop. And it does get kind of annoying. And to stop them also making them turns. We just sort out the lanes just there. There we go. Alright, so it kind of automatically turns that off, but I kind of then turn it back on. Right. Okay. Roundabout done. So I'll put it back into play mode then. They should all then slowly navigate around it. Should all have the giveaway signs. There shouldn't be any stoppages or anything like that. Because not anyone needs to kind of go around this way. Unless they're fully turning around, I don't know. That gives a little bit more freedom to maybe build a little bit further down to the edges of this right now. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. So I'm hoping that is a smooth enough turn. Worst case scenario, I can kind of do a little bypass, but don't feel like we need to kind of do it on this area. And then it kind of opens up this area a bit more. Like, for example, I could have a slight small connection to the industrial area here. It opens up this section then for an off turn from the roundabout there as well. So it's all there. But then I've got to lead this road down into here now. So keeping it as what it is, because it's eventually going to connect up to something down here. So bending that down. And if I go straight to about there. And then... Okay, I won't do it just yet, because what I'll do is I'll bring this up to a roundabout at the very end, which then will connect into there, because it will be connections to the very end of this area as well. So in reality then, I'm wanting to do a... Where's that? What happened there? Boy, sort it out. So I'm going straight there. So I just bring this all the way up, like that, because I'm going to eventually connect that up. And then back to the roundabouts. We need to pick a point actually, don't we? So where am I looking? About there. So we'll drop the roundabout just here. So do I need to go the full 80 or should I go for a 60? We'll go for a 60 there. We'll pull off a section. So I just come off just there by 10. And do another 10. Delete that there. And that's what that is going to pretty much fall into. So how far away is that for a connection? That is, okay, 26. That is 19 by 19. The aviation club's flying over right now. So that leads down to there. So then that would then require me to build... See, I'll get a bit closer, because from what we've done in the other one, it's been pretty handy. So if I do 4... like that, and then obviously that bends in That bends out, in, out, in, out. We shake it all about. Like that. And we'll do the same on this. So bring it to there. Closer than normal. I think that's probably the way we go about doing these 2-laning ones. So then bow that out, or in. There we go. So that works wonders. So for now, we'll just keep it like that, because eventually it's going to have different connections to different areas and stuff like that. If it gets really busy, then we kind of do a through road going all the way up there. It just depends on how busy that kind of gets. And then what we're looking towards doing then is a connection back up. So get that all aligned correctly, because then we need to slope it. So from there, I wonder if I can select both sides and have them sloped as well. Yeah, okay, it works wonders. Actually, it's saying that then. If I do that again, there to there, and then will it work that way? Aha, that's better, isn't it? That's 10 times better. So that'll tear us down right now, which is perfect. This is really exciting for what we potentially could do with all of this area. How are these guys looking right now? So yeah, I get it that they're going to, you know, get caught up. I'm not liking the fact that they merge into that lane. So if I said it does this, how does that change the flow of the vehicles? This is then me messing slightly up my road net. See, they go out. Why did they go out to there? So I don't want them to turn that way, but they're gonna do that anyway. So when I'm just switch lanes naturally, it's just annoying me that they're doing that. See, I don't really want to mess up the roundabout as it is. You know what I mean? But why? Why are they choosing to do that? I don't get it. I'll turn that off. Well, then by default go into the right-hand lane. They're just the ones that are kind of stuck in their ways. We'll keep an eye on it, but I'm not too sure how I feel about that. I'm not too sure. But anyway, this is all set up then. All I've got to do then is link up a connection down to here. Now, I'm going to get it on this straight part here. So I think the best thing to do is build the connection and then link it all up to it. So what we're going to do then, because we're utilizing multiple lanes, we're going to use this 4-lane national road anyway. And we're now going to elevate it up by 8 above the actual highway. So I'm going to pause this now because it does require me deleting the train line. And we'll pick a point. So if I did it here, so that's 10 away. So if I do it by 5 there, it is 10 away here and do it by 5 there. Just so I get that solid connection going across. Delete the additional and the additional. And then we bring it down to Earth. So bring it down to 0 there. And then by another 10, we're on the ground. Now, obviously, of course, at this point, we are splitting the lanes. So if I went by 5 there. What's that away? That is, okay, it bends like a 4. Yep. Hold on, that goes that way, that goes this way. So that then would then require me to merge this into a singular lane. So that's going to be too much of a bend, isn't it? Right, what I'll do then is I'll then go and attempt a 6 by 6. A 6 by 6, and after that point, it's a free-for-all. So, connection there. Oh, pfft, messed that up. Connection there. And then we'll just tweak it and fine tune it momentarily. But yeah, that does what it needs to do. And then we're gonna bring it around and then connect as a simple trumpet. That's literally all I'm making this do. So we'll do this side first then. So we'll then go in by a 12. And then we'll go in here by a 12 as well. So I've got to flip this one round. Nice. And again, we are slowly now incorporating a incline. So right down from here, we'll slope it all to kind of meet it. And I'm not saying that this is going to work in our favor. We'll probably have to bring some of it down. But raise some of these areas so we can kind of slightly encourage. I think this is kind of going a bit mental, because there was a very clear option for me to connect it, not directly to there, but maybe by a 15 mark. No, I think wherever I'm going to pull it, it's going to go funky. Unless I did the 8. I mean, it's still going to go funky, isn't it? So just stick to my guns. 12 it is. 12 it is. And if I deleted that. Yeah, you know, really, I need that node thingy, don't I? That kind of changes the elevations and all that. Or I can simply drag it further down to the points where you can't see it. But then I got to bring this up to match it. Yeah, it will do. I mean, it's not amazing, but it will kind of do. And we'll terrain it to kind of fill that all off. Right, okay, so that works up to that certain degree. And then we'll create a we'll do a 6 by 6, but we'll bring it down by 4. 6 by 6, bring it down to then 0. So now we're on the ground. We'll do a 3. So then we'll do a 9 there. Okay, we'll do a 10 there and a 9 there. Gotta upgrade these to single lanes. That becomes a 2-lane, this section. This section becomes a 2-lane run. And then we bend that in, bend that as well, so we get the smooth runs out. And as simple as it is, that is kind of literally all you need to do. So we just did a quick lane math right now, so everyone knows exactly how they approach this area. There we go. Same for this, you know exactly what you need to do. Same just for here as well. That gets everybody up and running. Okay, so now I've got to connect these two down into these two. Now I think it might be easier for me to continue this running up than it would be for maybe getting these up. Maybe, I don't know. So that is underground. I don't want it to be underground. So what if I did something very similar? So if I went from there to there, and then that goes into there, that goes into there. A little bit of merging like that, and then run it through it that way. So it just kind of then connects in. It's kind of what we want it to do, isn't it? So keeping it all down. We're then going to try our best, which it shouldn't be too difficult. 16 by 16. And that connects in. So how does that look? So it's like a nice little bend going around before it gets to where we need to get to. But we should have the benefit now of sloping all of this. So let's see how this will kind of look if I sloped it all. So we're coming in kind of normal, then we start to carve in as it then stays at the same elevation going all the way up. Unless I also selected up till this point there. That throws us completely off, that little section here. So if I ran... that up to there, that should be then a single piece. Which it is. Which should now see us through. So that's more sloped a little bit further up. So you get like a slight little bit more of an incline, not by much, but it all supposedly helps. It all supposedly helps. So I won't smoothen any of these land edges off yet because I don't know how the road's going to kind of come and swindle down into this area. But it keeps it all natural, a natural incline going, which really does take the edge off us slightly. I've done it to there. If I did it to here, we're even lower at that point. So back into play mode then, because now this is technically all connected up. The only thing we're not connected to is this little section just here, but we'll leave that for now. So that could potentially be a bypass route going all the way up to here rather than going all the way into there. So we'll see what happens from this. We should really actually fast forward it. So let's go a little bit speedy and see what we can get from this. So there's already a couple of vehicles using it. I don't know whether they're legitimately using it or they're the ones that are caught in the wrong lane at the wrong time. It'd be interesting to see here. I think someone's just gone down, haven't they? Yeah. So anyone that turns off, this has been running for so long right now. If anyone turns off here, they are legitimately then going the way I want them to go. Some of them use the left lane. Some of them using the right lane still. I don't get it. I would have thought the inside lane would have been the quickest one. I bet it all comes down to what lane they need to be in over on this side. Could be. Could be. But anyway, vehicles are now passing through. You can see vehicles coming down. So it's handy for some people at the moment. But once you start building our very own casino city, it's going to really lighten up the area. We've got these big overpasses going through as well, so we can bulk it all up. I do want to maybe think about... This is the thing. Right, through this casino city, apart from having the metro line, I want either monorails or trams. Let me know in the comments right now. Do I do a monorail loop within this casino city or a tram loop? I need to know, guys, because then monorail is either these skinny roads, or which can also utilize these. No, sorry. Trams can utilize the skinny roads and the thick roads. It's just monorails can only utilize the thick roads. So let me know in the comment section, guys, because I kind of need to figure out a game plan before I kind of build this up. Because I am going to want to integrate them in. Make them quite handy. So yeah, vehicles already using it. So for every vehicle that uses it is one less vehicle going through this system. We shouldn't really see much of a change. But every little helps. Every little helps leading on to this area. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting as it all plays out. So it doesn't look that beautiful at the minute. But it will do. There's just little tweaks that we got to still do here and there. I got to do all the little lane management leading up to all of these little junctions and whatnot. Oh, I've got to sort this lane out too. I don't know what to do with that at the same time. I don't know whether to kind of keep my lane math and then do this as a singular road before each and every connection. I mean, it will only really happen here. Let's have a quick little nose. So it would happen here. It's not too bad. Thinking about it, it's not too bad. Then it bulks into the 2-lane, then back into the 2-lane here. So it's not too bad, so we can get away with it. Yeah, it works. So then it's just a case of making sure that each one of these little junctions now all go into the right little section. Happens just down here next, so there we go. And then down just to here. And then down just to here. Alright, sweet. So there's probably still more I need to get done, but we'll kind of fine-tune them as we go along in general anyway. But yeah, we're now up and running. So this is the start then. This is the beginning of something great. Whether or not this works or not is a completely different story. We'll eventually figure it all out. But we're going to have our very own Las Vegas style. And this is like the strip. Well, not the highway itself, but like, you know, the road. Yeah, you kind of get the idea. But I wanted to incorporate it like that. I feel like it's going to be really, really cool, and we'll see how it goes. This, on the other hand, then, guys, let me know what the best option would be to kind of sort. I want them to use the right lane to skid-dad in there. Is it down to the fact that because maybe they're heading straight on further down the road? I don't know. Let me know what you guys' ideas are on that. Still got to sort more stuff out within Flood anyway, but stuff's slowly happening. It's slowly happening right now. We're slowly getting there. We got lots of demands as well, which is really, really cool. So this is going to be really good, guys. I hope you are excited. I hope you are enjoying this series and this episode as well. So please, smash the like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.